Hey guys, Cut Master Mike here. Just wanted to give you a quick run through of Scout Track for those of you who are not familiar with it or haven't had a chance to get in or haven't been in a while. So hopefully you'll find this useful. We'll get right to it here. You can get to Scout Track. Again, this is a system that we use for recording all the boys' achievements and advancements through the Scout program. You can get there to the link off of our website. Just click on the Scout Track link. It's going to take you over here and ask you to log in with your user ID, which you should have received as a week or so ago when you were set up. So I'm going to log in with a training ID that we set up for this purpose. Remember the password to get that right. Okay, so once you're into the system, you are going to see some menus and options that are specific to your role. As you're set up for a den leader, you're going to see things specific to the grade or rank that your boys are operating at. So if they're tigers, you're going to see some tiger options. If you're a wolf, etc., bear, etc., you're going to see specific items for that based on the requirements that your boys must earn to advance. Of course, the first thing that all new scouts coming in, regardless of rank, is the Bobcat Trail. If you look, and this is going to be a similar menu structure across all the advancements. So when you click into an item, a specific part of the trail, you've got basically a listing of all the requirements for that badge or rank or component, and they're listed out there. And then to the right, you can click into this specific item, which by default list is not planned or done. If you click in there, this is where basically you can say, okay, we did this activity in a den, for example, in a den meeting. You can mark that as completed, you can plug in the date, and then you can check a box for each of the scouts in your den that completed that activity. If you had 5 or 10 or whatever, however many. In here we've only listed one. Jimmy John is our little test scout. We've included in here. So if we had done this activity on November 6th, then we could say Jimmy John completed that, and then you just want to make sure you hit the save button before you exit so it records the changes in the system. I'm going to hit return here because I'm going to go back and show you the other quick entry method, and that's if you've got a number of scouts, say your whole den did an activity in a night, and you want to just record for all of them without having to go through in and out of each one. You can use this quick entry method, and basically it's kind of it changes the view a little bit. You've got your scouts will be listed across the top right of the window here. Again, we've only got one scout, so one scout, one set of fields showing. But each of the requirements listed down here for items. So if he's done all of these, and you just want to go in and make up, plug in the dates, you can go in, you can plug the date in. I just say 11/6/2012, and then you can basically tab or click your way into each of the following windows, and it's just going to copy that date. If you've got a different date that you need to put in here for one of these items, you can just change it and put whatever date is appropriate. Hit save, and it'll save your changes and such. There's also some other codes, but we generally don't. It's either hasn't been done or it's done. So that should be all you need to worry about there. I'm going to go back here and return to home, but that's the Bobcat Trail. You've also got a trail for your regular achievements. These are the achievements that you need to focus on for the boys to actually earn that rank badge. And it breaks down in similar fashion, the sections, and then below those sections, the specific requirements pieces. You can plug these in again per item and select the boys off, or you can use the quick entry method. Either way, we'll get that done. Just be careful that you're accurate as to what you play, because it's real easy to just kind of go through and check. We want the boys to make sure that the boys are earning these things and have done the work and met the requirements before we check them off. Like the achievements, there's also in here for electives and things. You'll want to do electives, work those in, especially after you've kind of met the main advancement achievement requirements for the rank. But there's a whole array of different electives that you can do that are all correspond with the stuff in your books that you can use and check those off for the requirements. Sports and academic pins, also referred to as belt loops if you're new to scouting. These are the belt loops that boys and metal bands that boys wear on their belts. You can check off all of these if the boys have gone and done so. I know some of the dens have been working on what is it, bowling, for example. They've gone out and worked on their requirements. So you can come in here and click bowling. It'll list out the requirements and things that you need to do for it, and then you can check off you know, the items that you have to do all of, and then the items that you had to do, you know, do any of the 5 to earn the pin for that given task. You can also do quick entry here if it makes sense for you. The other piece is sending email. We generally don't use this because we don't generally populate Scout or parent emails in here. Just basically the den leaders. We use the other system, our other website, to control all of our email traffic. So don't worry about these functions here. Under administration, the largest one that you can focus on would leverage is the den membership link here. If you click on that, this is going to show you who the den leader is. And again, we've just got a generic den leader listed here. We've got the rank that's set. You don't want to modify or change any of these things. But if you've got a new scout that joins your den mid-year or at any point, you can basically go in here and you can add them directly if they're not on your list. The only thing I'll mention is if you've got a scout that is transferred from one den into your den, let me know, send me a note, and I can actually do the transfer rather than you adding them as a new scout. That way it transfers all their accomplishments over in the database that they made from while they were in that other den. So just keep in mind on that, Sarah. But you can add a scout. If you click this, you know, all you really need to enter is first name and last name on here, and then you can click add parent, and it will, if I had put a scout's name in here, it would allow me to, well, in fact, I'm going to, Timmy Turner. We're going to add him. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to go back into Timmy Turner, and I'm going to add a parent's name. And this lists all the current parents that are out here. If Timmy's parent isn't already listed here, then you can hit add new user, and it's going to let you add in and create the information for that person. And start fields are required, etc. And you can go back to the scout, you can go back to the den, etc. But you know, that's how you would add a new scout to the unit and to your den. You would add in that fashion. Going back to the home page, there's some other status here items that again we generally don't use the system for, but they do show as available. What I will caution is do not use this promote scouts to next rank. At the end of the year, I'll take care of that along with our advancement coordinator and administrator. We will handle the promotion of scouts from one rank to the next, and we typically do that at the end of the year. We've graduated everybody. So that's pretty much the bulk of it. There are some export data functions in here, but you generally don't have to worry about those so much. You can, den progress report, let me show you that real quick. It is also, what this will basically bring up is just kind of shows you a quick reference check mark for each of for the major requirements for your rank. As well as your scouts, and it'll just put a check mark if they've done or you've ticked off that item. You can kind of get a quick visual on, oh, okay, we're good in this area, or we're not so good. I use this feature a lot when I'm looking across the whole pack to understand, you know, what kind of status does everybody have. So that's it. That's a quick run through on ScoutTrack. I hope that's helpful. As always, if you have any questions, give me a call, shoot me an email. I'll be glad to go through that for you. But get in there if you've got things in your boys' books that you've already recorded and just jotted down that they've achieved in the book. Then go ahead and start updating that stuff into Scout Tracks.